Eagles Nation, Eagle Nation, your boy, coming at you with a new video pertaining to what's going on in the coaching front office. If you guys have seen, it might have popped up on Facebook, might have popped up on your phone, or some type of notification letting you know about former Eagles linebacker, former Eagles, Giants, St. Louis Rams, and Texans linebacker Connor Baldwin. If you guys remember him, Connor Baldwin played with the Philadelphia Eagles back here some years back when Chip Kelly was on the staff. Well, now he's been hired as special assistant to the general manager. You heard me right. Connor Baldwin going to be on the front office, specializing to the general manager, which you know general manager is Howie Roseman. Not quite sure exactly what his position is going to pertain to and what he's going to do. But with him being a former linebacker, there's a good chance he might want to be a scout to the linebacking unit, or he might want to be in a front office, well, not front office, but more like a scouts, manager of the scouts, which is what he probably gonna want to be in, or he could want to be in a coach. We don't know at this time, but all we know is he is the new special assistant to the general manager. That's his new position. Connor Baldwin is now back with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I am so happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's back. Now, secondly, if you guys also have heard that there's been a change in the coaching staff once again, you all know that there's a wide receiver coach position that's open, and there's an offensive coordinator position that's open. Now, you can name one more to that list. Defensive lines coach. Philip Daniels, defensive line coach for one season after being let go. After the other defensive line coach that we had, the Eagles let go this past season. I can't think of that boy's name, but he helped. But he with the Eagles when the Eagles won a Super Bowl. Philip Daniels also was part of the Eagles in the Super Bowl as well. So he do have a Super Bowl ring with the Eagles. Philip Daniels was let go today. Not quite sure exactly what the specifications or reason why, but I'm quite sure it has something to do with the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't motivate the guy to be better for what they're doing. So, but Phil Daniels is an older guy, so I believe the Eagles are looking for some youth in the coaching staff department. And there's a chance that the Eagles might bring in Hines Ward, because Hines Ward was with the New York Jets as an assistant wide receiver coach, or somewhat along the coaching staff. That he was he was part of that New York Jets coaching staff. So the Eagles could bring him in as wide receiver coach, because if you guys know Hines Ward well, Hines Ward had 2 Super Bowl rings with the Pittsburgh Steelers because of the way he ran his routes and the way he was one of the best blocking wide receivers in the NFL. The guy has been to block you and knock you on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I think that physical attitude that he brings to the wide receivers coach might make our wide receivers a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Our wide receivers will block, but sometimes you need someone to give the extra push to help you become a better wide receiver. And I think Hines Ward has that pedigree. They was looking at Bobby Ingram, who is the wide receiver coach for, I think the is it the Rams? I'm not sure exactly, but they were looking at Baltimore. They were looking at James Ingram and Bobby Ingram. Bobby Ingram is the wide receiver coach, and James Ingram is the quarterback coach. Those two guys had interviewed with the Eagles recently for those vacant positions, and from what I've been told, that they turned down those positions on Eagles front office. So the Eagles, so those two guys are now out of the picture. Third and foremost, the Eagles was or still is currently interviewing Graham Harrell. Graham Harrell is a former Eagles quarterback, and he also bounced around the league at times when he was in the NFL. But he retired recently, and he coached at 3 different colleges. I know North Texas is one of them. I know Washington State was one of them, and he was also at USC, which is where he's currently at now as offensive coordinator. He spent 1 year or 2 years as offensive coordinator with the USC, He's currently there, but he had a recent interview with the Eagles for their vacant offensive coordinator position. And just my opinion, I believe the Eagles are trying to go younger on their coaching staff because uh, there's, if you guys remember at the beginning of the season, maybe after the loss to the Atlanta Falcons, if you guys remember, we haven't had no type of push, no type of energy from our wide receiver core. You know what I'm saying? Alshon Jefferson wasn't the same guy. Nelson Aguilar was one of the same guy after his breakout campaign in 2017. And then Sheldon Gibson wasn't the same. That's why the Eagles let him go and then brought him back this past off season or this past break season just passed. So we even had some wide receivers that wasn't, they didn't have that initial push. So maybe bringing in a new wide receiver coach, Hines Ward, can actually actually infuse some energy and some blood into these veteran wide receiver coaches that we have. Nelson Aguilar won't be back, so he's a guy I'm gonna exclude off the list. But Alshon Jefferson possibility will be back, and the Eagles probably gonna bring in some new wide receiver blood from the free agency mark and maybe from the draft. So Hines Ward coming in with the new infused blood, you know what I'm saying? He can help get these guys going and get some blocking going on. Cause now Alshon Jefferson, he will block. I give him that specific credit on that. He will block, but with Hines Ward coming aboard as the new wide receiver coach, he'll be able to infuse some blood in these, or infuse some fire in these wide receivers that we currently have on our staff, and going forward with the young guys we're going to get either from the draft or from the rookie free agents that either the guys not going to draft, or from the free agency class. So there's a lot to look forward there. And then third but not least, I said my fourth but not least, there's a lot of things going on with the Philadelphia Eagles for the coaching staff and as far as the young guys that we're going to have in the front office. Like I said, Connor Baldwin he's now aboard as a special assistant to the general manager. That's going to help quite a bit, you know what I'm saying? Because from what I've been told, he has spent some time in the off season observing some things. Well, what I mean by observing, I mean he probably had been around, hanging around Howard Roseman and some of the other management in the front office, getting used to what they're doing. So maybe he have a good IQ on that, so they give him a chance to be the special assistant. So with that being said, if he joins the coaching staff, I mean if he joins the front office, that's a good chance he might spend some time with the linebackers that we're either gonna bring in or guys that we currently have. So I mean he probably gonna be busy all the way around the front offices and probably a member of the coaching staff as well. So like I said, a lot of things are going on right now. And so with me telling you guys what's currently going on, but the biggest one is Connor Baldwin becoming a special assistant to the general manager. That's going to be a big help in that front office, and going to be a big help to our linebackers, because like I said, this guy has linebacker experience. He's been in the NFL for like 12, 13 years, or maybe shorter than that. I could be getting a little bit more years than expected, but he had been in the league 10 plus years in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of experience with the coaches, a lot of experience with the players, a lot of experience in the front office. So he's gonna be busy. I tell you that, but he's gonna be real busy. And so all of this is going on. Hines Ward, Graham Harrell, oh yeah, Matt Kafka. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Matt Kafka, if you guys remember, he was also a member of the coaching staff when Andy Reid was here. But he was a player way beforehand, before becoming a member of the Andy Reid coaching staff, because he also was an Eagles player, a backup quarterback here. Matter of fact, he was drafted by Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't been in the league no more about 3 or 4 years. Bounced around the league, then retired. Then became an assistant, a coaching assistant. And then when Andy Reid went to Kansas City, he became, I think, quality control coach. I think you start as a quality control coach and work your way up the ranks. So I think he was a quality control coach, but he was an assistant here in Philadelphia, but wound up becoming a quality control coach. And now he's a quarterback coach, and so he knows Andy Reid's offense. So the Eagles are going to either look at him or they're going to look at Graham Harrell. But they had an interview with Graham Harrell earlier today. So I believe the Eagles are going to target one of those two guys as offensive coordinator. But the way it's looking, like I said, if Kafka keeps going into the playoffs, because right now they're in the AFC divisional round, we're in the AFC conference championship round, which is the last and final round in the NFL before going to the Super Bowl. So if Kafka wins, more like Graham Harrell could become the new offensive coordinator. But if the Kansas City Chiefs lose, Kafka is more likely to become the new offensive coordinator and probably passing games coordinator. Or the Eagles might bring in both guys. Kafka probably be the offensive coordinator, and Graham can probably be the passing game coordinator. So I mean, it's a lot of things that could happen between that time, but that's what's going on with the Eagles front office and the coaching staff at this time. Hope you guys like my video. If you do, give me a thumbs up or push that like button and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I got over 50 plus subscribers. I would love to get to 100 subscribers, but I think I'm a long reach from 100 subscribers. But I hope it comes to pass. And let me know what you think at the bottom of my video. That's right, what you think. Anyway, this is your boy, Dr. Rock the Eagle. This is your boy, I'm sorry. I'm Dr. Rock the Eagle, or you can say I'm the Glean Eagle. So I'm either or. But anyway, this is your boy coming at you with a new video pertaining to what's going on in the Eagle front office. And stay tuned, because there's more to come. Peace. Holla back.